Hello, my dear students. Assalamu alaikum. This is Tahmina Islam, lecturer in English, Milestone College. Hopefully, all of you are doing well. Alhamdulillah, I am also fine. Nowadays, you can't go outside, even you can't go to your favorite institution for the novel coronavirus. All the time, you have to stay at home. By staying at home, you have to do study regularly. For this reason, I am here today to teach you something by taking virtual class. Today we will learn completing sentence. Let's go to our today's topic. This is completing sentence. A complete sentence has at least one clause, contains a subject and a verb. In your question paper, you will find half sentence and you have to complete the sentence, phrases or clause. So, how could you complete a sentence? How can you understand what will be the structure and which thing you have to maintain or follow? Here is some clues. How can I complete a sentence? By using word, phrase or clause. How do I understand what will be the structure? By seeing simple, compound and complex sentence or sometimes linking words. Which thing I have to maintain or follow? The context. Today we will learn some rules to complete the sentence. Okay, my dear students, let's go to our first rule. Here the rule 1. If in our question paper we will find it is time for, then we must use personal object and to plus main verb. For the example, it is time for us to attack the enemy. Here is the personal object and here to plus main verb and the extension. Then the another example is it is time for them to start the work. For after for we will use here the personal object them and to plus main verb and the extension. Now we will go for our second rule. In our question paper, while we will find it is time, then we will use one subject and the past form of verb. Like, it is time we went home. Here, we is the subject and there is past form of go, here, went, and then the extension. It is time we went home. The another example is, it is time they earned their livelihood. Rule 3. Present simple plus as if or as though, then the second clause will be past simple. Example, he tells the story. Here the subject and the V1 and there as if, and after that we must use past simple like subject plus V2 plus extension. As like the second example is, he behaves as though nothing happened. This clause is being past simple. Rule 4. Past simple plus as if or as though, then the second clause will be past perfect. If there before as if or as though the clause is being past simple, then the second clause will be past perfect. What is the structure of past perfect tense? Subject plus had plus V3 or past participle form of verb and object. As like, he told the story. Here told is past form of verb. For this reason the second clause will be past perfect. He had known it. He the subject and the had from the structure and V3 of the past participle form of know, known and the extension object. He told the story as if he had known it. The second example is he behaved as though nothing had happened. Nothing from this sentence and had from the structure and happened V3 of verb, happened V2, and here for after had you have to use V3, the past participle form of verb. Rule 4. Conditionals. A conditional sentence is a sentence containing a word if. There are three types of conditional sentence: first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. First conditional is if plus present simple plus future simple. The example is if it rains, we shall not go. Here we have to complete this clause. If it rains, we shall not go. This is the present simple sentence and this is future simple sentence. If there is the present simple sentence and we have to complete the another clause with future simple, and we have to underline the sentence of what we have completed. Okay, then the second condition. Second conditional sentence is if plus past simple plus subject plus would, could, might plus V1. If plus past simple, then we have to use subject would, could, might, would or could or might, then V1, the present form of verb. The example is if he came, I would go. If he came, I would go. And the another one is third conditional. Here is the third conditional. If plus past perfect and after that we have to use a subject and would have or could have or might have, then V3, the past participle form of verb. The example is if I had had enough money, I would have bought a car. The second clause will be would have or could have or might have plus V3, and here is the extension. Okay, like this sentence, there is another sentence with we can complete with this sentence had. This had is the alternative word or of if. Here the had means the condition. Here had represents the condition. Had plus past perfect plus subject plus would have, could have or might have plus V3. These rules is the similar rule of these rules. Okay, the example is had I seen him, I would have given him the news. I would have given him the news. These are the three conditionals sentence. Rule 5. The rule is about list. In our question paper, we will find first one clause. After that, there will be list. If we find that there is list, then we have to complete the sentence with a subject. After that, should or might, then V1 plus extension. Okay. The example is run fast lest we should miss the train. Here after lest there we will use a subject we. After that we will use here should or might, then V1, then the extension. Rule 6. Would you mind plus verb plus ing. If there in this sentence we will find would you mind, then we must use verb plus ing. Okay, the example is would you mind taking a cup of tea. Here is the sentence we have completed, so we have to underline this, taking a cup of tea. Rule 7. Would that or I wish. In our question paper, if we find that would that or I wish, then we have to complete the sentence by using where. This is called unreal past. here where and the extension. Okay, the example is I wish I were a king. Here the subject I were a king. Would that he were alive today. This clause we will complete, so that we have to underline this. The next rule, rule 8. It is time plus to plus main verb. In our question paper, if we find that it is time, then we have to complete the sentence by using to plus main verb. This is called infinitive. It is time to do the work. There is to. After that, we will use here V1, then the extension. So, it is time to do the work. Rule 9. Subject plus auxiliary verb plus to plus adjective plus to plus V1. Here, the man is too old to work. The subject, the auxiliary verb, after that to, the adjective old to, and their work. This is called disguised negative to. It seems as like affirmative sentence, but in meaning it is a negative sentence. The man is too old to work. Rule 10. Subject plus verb plus dot, so that after that we use can or may or could or might, then V1. The example is the boy reads more so that he can make a good result. And the another example is he worked hard so that he might earn more money. If the first clause is being present simple, then the second clause will be present simple, and we have to use can or may. If we here the first clause is being past simple, then the second clause will be, we have to use here might or could. He worked hard, worked V2. For this reason, here we will use might. He might earn more money. Rule 11. We have seen there subject plus would rather or sooner plus verb plus then plus verb or noun. Okay, the example is I would rather die than beg. Okay, the rule 12. Subject plus had better plus V1, the present form of verb. Okay, you had better leave the place. Like here, after had better we have to use here V1, leave the place. Rule 13. Clause plus how plus to plus V1, the present form of verb. Okay, here he doesn't know how to talk. After how we have to use to talk, to plus main verb. They know how to play cricket. How to play cricket. Rule 14. Without plus verb plus ing plus meaningful negative sentence. If you find that without plus verb plus ing, then we must use a negative clause. Like you can't pass in the exam. Without reading hard, you can't pass in the exam. Rule 15. By plus verb plus ing, then we will use meaningful affirmative sentence. Here, by doing exercise, you get a good health. By doing exercise, then there is an affirmative clause. Okay, by doing exercise, you get a good health. Okay, my dear students, these are the 15 rules of completing sentence, and they are the most important rule of completing sentence. You have to watch this video very carefully, and you must practice more and more. That's all for today. Assalamu alaikum. Take care.